think it was 2018. Vici Gaming was very strong. Paparazzi used to play for them then. And every single game, there was a Darkseer and a Sven or a Centaur and a Sven, or the Sven was banned, obviously. I like it here. I really do like it because the Warcry would allow you to defend the towers. You don't have to be hitting the creeps all the time. And when it comes to the later portions of the game, you have the Stampede to give you the extra chase. Plus, you know, one more stun that's gonna be going on these guys is quite nice. And also the Enchantress, the hero that you don't really have to hit straight on if you're a Sven, because she's just gonna die from the cleave. So I'd like to see it, but probably something like an Ursa is the more obvious choice. I'll go for the TA for now, though.
Yeah, the TA comes out, so the side blades are going to be able to, as long as you find the line, are going to be able to deal with a lot of the overwhelming forces that come out for X3. Just looking as well at the table, X3 did take a game, took a series off Cybercat, excuse me, so they are now 1-4 with Team Empire, but if they win this against NoSorry, they send the table into a 2-4 with Hydra, NoSorry, X3, and then Team Empire to play a little bit later on today up against Cybercats, which could then send a 4-way tie at the bottom of the table coming into the final week next week to be figured out, let's say, because I mean X3 still have Namiga, who are 5-1, you know, Hellraisers are 4-1 at the top of the table, so they're pretty much looking for one more win each to get themselves up into that Division 1. But at the bottom of the table, they want to survive, they want to be keeping themselves up, so this is going to be a fight for survival every single match for the bottom 4 teams, bottom 5 teams really, because PuckChamp not really, and I guess Cybercats still have Empire to play, so there's a tiebreaker built in there. But yeah, at least X3, Team Empire, NoSorry, Hydra could be going into a 4-way playoffs at the end of the season.
10 seconds to go.
Did we lose Hurry? I think we did.
5 seconds.
Oh no, it's just me. Let's see what he's saying, because he is sending me a message, so hopefully it's not a massive issue. Okay, net drop. Yeah, okay, he's going to be back. But yes, so there is going to be some playoff potential coming through into the final games of the season to try and break that tie at the bottom of the table there. As the Enigma's gone, the Tiny's only... We've slowed down on the bands. Getting through. But yeah, NoSorry. What do they want to be banning out? What is the next removal here? Templar Assassin, again, good, strong hero at the minute. How he's going to play up in the safe lane? I mean, is it going to be the safe lane Templar Assassin? That's usually where they've been playing anyway, as the Ember Spirit does get taken away, yes, so even X3 thinking this is going to be the safe lane Templar Assassin, looking to ban out some mid laners, as the Phantom Lancer does go on the side of... NoSorry, to make sure X3 can't overwhelm too much. The Bloodseeker go in there as well. I suppose it makes sense if the Templar Assassin was going to be the plan pick anyway. Getting super low. If he melts to try and avoid being killed off, the Bloodseeker going to see him anyway. Leshrak's going to be banned out. Another good tower push. It puts the pressure onto the side of NoSorry. Would mean that X3 have a really early push lineup coming through.
10 seconds to go.
Okay, so the Winter Wyvern does come out, which I assume means that the Monkey King is going to be the position 1, Dawnbreaker in the position 3. Winter Wyvern may... No, because you have a Lycan. So, Dawnbreaker
10 seconds
1,
to go.
maybe? Monkey King 4 with the Lycan in the off lane. And the Invoker comes up for NoSorry, okay.
Time to pick some of these folks.
So let's see what it's going to be. Yeah, 99 on the Dawnbreaker. So it's actually going to be a mid-Dawnbreaker. Nesphere position 1, Monkey King. We've got Shaggerat on the Lycan in the offlane. Nrink and SMN supports. But a mid-Dawnbreaker up against an Invoker. Sure wish I had an analyst to tell me how this is going to go. I mean, it's going to be interesting because, I mean, I suppose it depends what the Invoker wants to go for, but he's going to have a lot of regen coming through. Natty Narwhal not really going to be able to get on top of Invoker straight off the bat.
5 seconds.
Going to have the Cold Snaps coming through as well. I assume this is going to be the Invoker going for the Cold Snap EMP kind of build instead of going straight into the Sunstrikes with those Exhort builds. And yeah, Dream just comes out a lot of right-click damage going to be coming through from the Templar Assassin as well. Monkey King, though, going to have the armor. He's got the Wukong's command that he could put through to try and man-fight onto the Templar Assassin. Nothing really to drag him out of that. Because even the Dispose isn't going to be long enough. You know, the Deafening Blast coming through for the Invoker, not going to be a massive amount of move onto the Monkey King. It's just, I'm not sure what the anchor point's going to be here for X3. They're going to have to look for like a good 3, 4, 5-man Winter's Curse set up for that Wukong's command. Otherwise, the side of NoSorry can just move themselves out with the Centaur Warren's Stampede, get themselves out of danger. So, we're going to be finding out what's going on in the first game. NoSorry versus X3, and again X3. This is a fight for survival.
Everybody get set.
So let's see what he can do as Yon starts to move through with the rest of his team in the mid lane. Even the Centaur, just last hero. Does he want to be going straight to that off lane, or is he moving himself across? Monkey King. Just in that mischief form though. Gonna get that little bit of extra movement speed. Do they want to smoke? Yeah, no, they do. There is going to be the courier coming out for the Templar Assassin, so it looks like they might go for a smoke. Do they have the potential for that first blood at level 1? I suppose the Invoker can always go for the Cold Snap coming through. You know, you've got Yon that maybe goes for the Disposed. Stomp already picked up here for the Centaur Warren as well, so the Hoof Stomp. They are going to go for a big wrap.
"30 seconds to showtime."
Meanwhile, nobody on the side of X3 coming across to NoSorry. You know, they are going to have this free positioning. Whether they look to go any further, they are going to be able to get a decent ward down as well to see if there's any stacks coming through in this jungle. They get the sentry down now as well, so that's going to be, even if they didn't get a first blood, no potential kills there. It is kind of mission complete because they do block off this camp, as long as it stays blocked off now as well. And Rink doesn't have any sentries either. Manic's going to be taking a lot of harass just into the river. But it looks like Natty Narwhal going to be able to pick up this bounty rune. This one shouldn't really be contested either. So yeah, it should be.
All right.
Just a 2 for 2. Yeah, no issues. No real aggro coming out from either side. Okay, Rink's actually chasing on to Dream, so maybe a little bit of aggro, but he's not skilled anything up just yet. No chance to slow down to Dream, nothing like that. And Dream actually comes back into the river, doesn't really throw any right clicks or anything. But yeah, TA going for the meld at level 1. This is something a little bit different. As another sentry comes down from Yond. So Thoras coming out from Rink as well. The Dispose does come through now as well with the Meld Strike actually. It's going to be a lot of damage onto Rink. Can he run himself away from this? He just immediately pops those Nature's Attendants. Gets himself back a decent amount of health, and the burst damage isn't there from the side of NoSorry to do the damage up against Rink. Even with the Meld coming through. So Shagara, he's going to be able to do a little bit of damage here. Farm up onto the creeps with his Wolves. Yon going to be taking some harass coming out from Rink. And I'm going to be interested to see whether Rink goes for that enchant at level 2, or whether it is going to be with the two technically melee. I mean, Dream's not going to be able to get that attack range for a few levels just yet, so the impetus coming out on Enchantress could do a lot of harass onto Dream, who's nowhere near close to level 2 just yet. Bottom lane, Balance Strike does come through though. Archangel just backing himself away. Last hero there as well. Last hero a little bit tankier. And we're back. Hurry.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
I can
Beans.
that there was a pause, so they waited for me.
Oh yeah, they knew you would disconnect, and they were like, we have to wait. We can't just let Rob solo cast this. It'll be a disaster.
No way they said that.
I don't know.
We're gonna have a long talk with them either way. So, given that we or that I didn't miss anything, obviously you were there for all of the action. The one thing I forgot to mention, I don't know if you, it's not us that casted, but I don't know if you watched. X3 actually beat Cybercats, and they did so in a very good fashion. So I think they're upping their game a little bit.
Ooh, the mischief comes out on the bottom lane. Monkey King can get himself away from this one. A little bit more damage, and Asphere might go down, but SMN, yeah, he's just going to be able to get a little bit of body blocks. Last hero couldn't catch up. But yeah, no, I did talk about that during the draft as well. Sugarat might go down here. Can he get himself away? Dream's looking for that damage. He does have the side blade, so he's going to be able to get the distance, and Yond gets taken down by Nrink in the back lines here. Dream, he's got that meld back up. Does he want to throw it out onto Nrink? He's going to be going for the right clicks now as well. Onto the Enchantress. Enchantress has to run away, but the Wolves, they turn around. The aggression onto Dream. One more. Do they have the damage to take him down? Dream has to go for that run. Does he have the movement speed to get himself away from this? One more right click. It's going to be Nrink picking up that kill once again. 2-0-0 here onto the position for Enchantress.
That's really nice. I've seen in pubs a core Enchantress being played in the offlane, and it's so freaking strong. So whenever I see this hero now, I have PTSD because it destroyed me in a game twice in a row. But even as a support with a few points in impetus, you just deal so much damage, and we see that it's just not the easiest to deal with so many units in the lane as a TA. You know, you do have the side blades, but when you only have one. Or two units and not like a billion of them like with the Broodmother, it's not that easy to line up the side blade. So even with this very strong lane, X3 are doing quite well, and we know that what we said multiple times, if Sugarat has a bad time, usually X3 has a bad time, but Nrink, he's doing a good job at keeping it safe for his buddy.
Yeah, and in the mid lane as well, Nazi Narwhal is putting the pressure onto Manic here. He nearly got on top of him. The Tornado, though, came in clutch here for Manic, keeping him alive. How do you like this Dawnbreaker up against the Invoker matchup in the mid lane? You know, how does that actually play out? Because I thought you wouldn't even really be able to get on top of the Invoker, but it seems like Nazi Narwhal's having a really good time.
Overall, it is hard to kill the Invoker, obviously, but in terms of damage, in terms of attack animation, when you're playing against the Quaswax Invoker, you are gonna have a little bit of an advantage in that regard. And the Dawnbreaker just deals so much damage. You know, Quaswax Invokers usually are used to being harassed and not really caring about it. But when you're playing against the Dawnbreaker, sometimes it can surprise you. I guess that's why Manic got a little bit low there for a second.
Yeah. And. So what is it the Dawnbreaker, the mid Dawnbreaker wants to be? Is it just the same as you'd see in like a carry, you know, maybe going for an Echo Save or something like that? Or do you think it's going to be more like the off-lane build where you get yourself the Soaring Bracer, go into the BKB, look to then get aggressive? You know, what is it that Nazi Narwhal wants to be doing on this mid Dawnbreaker?
Oh, I'm looking at the game, and I'm actually thinking, if you can get away with an Echo Saber, obviously you'd like to get it. But I think BKB is gonna be the case. You know, BKB Shard, probably the best way to approach it.
No, top lane, they're chasing down onto Dream. Dream is going to go down, and meanwhile on the bottom lane as well, Black Archangel going to be chased down Nesphere with the right click, and that's going to be a quick couple of kills going the way of X3. So they are starting this game off really well here mid lane as well. Manic going to be taking a lot of frost coming out from that now. Well, he didn't have the mana there for the Starbreaker, so couldn't actually do the final touch there to Manic, but still keeping him low, keeping the pressure on here. Invoker not having a great time.
I know that X3 were looking for a coach, so maybe they found him and he told them, guys, let's just focus on the lanes, because X3, they know how to play the mid game. Pretty much everyone in Division 2 now knows how to do it, but they've been losing the laning phase so much that they didn't get a chance to play the game. Now we can see that they pretty much picked to play the laning phase. Monkey King carry, the Dawnbreaker in the mid lane, Lycan and the Enchantress on top. So basically you're putting a lot of emphasis on it, and for now it's working out. It worked out against Cybercats as well.
Yeah, I did talk about that after you dropped during the draft, that at the bottom of the table here, if X3 win this, it puts a bit of a spiral on that table, that there's going to be 3 or 4 teams at the bottom that are all 2 and 3 coming into the final week of the season. So there is the potential for tiebreakers at the bottom to see who stays up in Division 2.
I mean, if I was X3 listening to our cast and being like, X3 are probably gonna go down. Oh, the top lane first. Let's see this action.
Yeah, there's going to be the TP coming back in from the Enchantress now as well. Is it going to be if Noah gets cancelled off the Bane with the Nightmare, going to be able to keep the Enchantress locked down here, so he couldn't TP back to help out Chegarat, and he couldn't get those Nature's Attendants off to get the heal in. So the chase down comes from Dream, comes out from Yond as well, and they were able to get that kill.
This is the classic thing you do. If you're losing both of the side lanes, you need to at least make one somewhat even, so that the Invoker actually has somewhere to rotate to and get his first charge of the urn. So I'm liking what NoSorry did. They see that they're losing both top and the bottom lane. So what do? You send more heroes to the top lane. The Centaur, yeah, sure, he is gonna struggle, but in the grand scheme of things, once he gets his Blink Dagger, he's still gonna be able to do his job. Whereas the Invoker, he really needs lane to rotate to, and now if NoSorry go to the top lane yet again, Invoker can go there and pick up a urn charge.
Yeah, and just actually the Bane and the Winter Wyvern are going to be coming across each other, so there might be some aggression coming through as you see Last Hero cutting the wave. Archangel doesn't want to throw anything out, and in the mid lane as well, there was a massive rotation in, but Natty Narwhal seems to be alright. He's doing okay.
This hero is just so fat. He's like at half HP, and the Marcy comes over and she can't kill you. That's a big statement. Bottom lane though.
NoSorry is going to be able to get that double balance strikeout as well, but Last Hero there with a stomp. Is he going to be able to move himself away from this? SMN with the split shard coming through, and Last Hero going to be slowed down. Arctic Burn, but the Nightmare comes out almost immediately. Yeah, Last Hero going to be able to get the TP away. Invoker does rotate in, but it looks like it might only be... I mean, NoSorry is not really that unhealthy. SMN's got pretty much full health, so it's not really a major gank potential here from the Invoker. As Yond gets the kill onto Nrink in the top lane.
I expected the Invoker to rotate to top. This bottom lane, we'll see if X3 actually give them an opportunity.
Yeah, Last Hero is only level 5. No Stampede just yet. He's one creep away from it, so he will be able to pick it up just there. But do they want to try and chase? And I was saying in the draft as well that, you know, you're going to have the Centaur coming out, so what's the anchor point here for X3? You know, what do they do to keep these the NoSorry locked down while the Wukong command does come out from that sphere?
You wait. X3's lineup is really good at controlling an area. The thing they need to do is take the top tower, and then whenever the Lycan gets gone on, you need to be responding. So let's say you have the Winter Wyvern close to him, you have the Enchantress somewhere in the enemy jungle really deep, just giving you info. If she dies, who cares? And if they commit onto the Lycan there, then you will turn with the Wukong's command and with the Solar Guardian. I think that's the play for X3, because all of their heroes are really good at counter initiation. If you're just running at the opponents, it's not going to work out. There's going to be a Stampede, the Tornado will stop you. You're not going to be able to do it. Top lane?
Yeah, Dawnbreaker is going to be coming in onto this, but the Stampede comes out. Transformation for Shigar. Do they have anything to stop the TP out? The Dawnbreaker wasn't in range for that Starbreaker, so this will open up the tier 1 tower here for the side of X3. Whether they get it completely, I mean, it looks like, yeah, the Lycan, he's still going to have that transformation up for the next 10 seconds or so, so they are going to be able to rip through onto this tier 1 tower. It's going to go down. It didn't really cost... It cost them a Starbreaker, but apart from that, you know, it's still a free tower now as well. Natty Narwhal, the Dispose is going to be used. Yond, though, how does he get himself away from this one? The Arcane Rune is going to be stolen away from Natty Narwhal, but he might just get a kill in consolation. One more right click, he gets it, takes down Yond. And he's going to be happy trading an Arcane Rune for that.
Now it's going to be very hard for NoSorry to play this game. X3, they're going to be overtaking their jungle completely. We can see that there is a ward there, but it's not really showing the high ground. It's just showing the river there from the side of NoSorry. So effectively, they're only defending the Roche. This is something I don't like, because you need to keep control of that top part of the map, or at least have vision of what's going on there so that you can make plays somewhere else. But with everything being dark there on the in the big jungle for NoSorry, it's going to be very tough for them to play, and going too deep in the bottom lane is not going to be easy.
But look at this, Nrinky is level 6, so he does have that 1 point into the Untouchable. He's going to be chased down by Manic as well. Does he have the damage? Dispose comes out from the Marcy. They're going to be able to claim this kill. Dream will pick it up, and even maybe take down the Centaur as well for a little bit of extra gold. I've got to ask, because Dream at level 1 started with the Meld up against the Lycan Enchantress lane, you know, what's the idea behind that coming into the laning stage with the Templar Assassin, do you think, up against those two heroes?
you have a Marcy, she brings them to you or gives you the rebound movement speed, and you just crush them with the armor being low. You know, Enchantress and the Lycan, they do have pretty solid armor, but you know, -5, and suddenly they're at 0 or even at a minus point, so you're gonna be doing a ton of damage. So the idea was to be more aggressive than X3. It didn't work out, but overall I'd say NoSorry are looking okay now, considering X3 not really bringing too many heroes to top, I guess. Oh, SMN was level 6. This is weird to me. What X3 are doing right now is that they're allowing NoSorry to farm, and they're allowing NoSorry to overtake the top part of the jungle, which should be in the possession of X3.
They're going to be able to get on top of the ring, though. The ring can get himself away from this one. The Spirit Vessel comes through, and Rink's going to try and run himself away, but the Tornado now as well. Roshan even going to get involved in this, but Yon will be able to claim that kill with the Unleash. Okay.
As long as NoSorry are in the top lane and protecting 3 or 4 of their camps here, they're happy. They're definitely happy because it's giving them time for the Centaur to farm. Centaur really shouldn't be someone that you're putting a lot of focus on, because the bottom lane can be dangerous for the side of X3. But the top lane, Enchantress dying that deep the first time was fine, but now he died pretty you know, pretty far away from the enemy towers, and that's something that shouldn't happen. Mid lane,
the Fiend's Grip is going to be coming through. Nothing now can he get himself away from this one. The Spirit Vessel's still going to be doing a lot of damage, but he can turn this one around. There is going to be the Nightmare onto the Winter Wyvern. The Dispose comes out as well. Does he want to go for the... He doesn't want to use the ultimate now. He's going to use the Winter's Curse, and that is going to be the Solar Guardian coming through onto the Marcy. Can he follow up the damage here? A really nice Celestial Hammer to get the kill onto the Invoker, or at least do the damage to Sugar. Can claim that kill. Backlines. Do they want to chase even further now? As the Shapeshift does come out from Sugar, he might go Marsty. Looking awful tasty there, but it might just be the tier 1 tower that's the next target. The Winter Wyvern did go down. Yon, the Balance Strike really nice onto that rebound from Yon, and that's going to be a really nice setup for the kill there as well. Sugarat, and now the Wukong Command does come through. Last hero, can he get himself away from this? Sugarat going to be taking a lot of damage. Black Archangel, one more right click from Ring. No, the Brain Tap! It keeps him alive, but this tier 1 tower gets really darn low still inside that Wukong Command. Last hero going to be taking a lot of damage. Dream, he needs to get himself outside of it now as well. The Celestial Hammer gets used, but just as a defensive slowdown, it looks like, from the side of X3.
They do get to defend that tower. Overall, the mid lane tower for NoSorry in this game in particular doesn't mean much, because you have no blink stun initiation from the side of X3. That is when losing the mid lane tower is actually a problem for you. But still, you don't want to lose it that early, especially with you being able to control your top part of the jungle. I think NoSorry got a bit greedy, going for the Dawnbreaker that early on, and they just don't have the damage just yet. They thought with the Spirit Vessel it's gonna be enough, but they miscalculated by just a bit, and in the end it cost them. But protecting the tower is gonna make it somewhat okay for him.
Yeah, and we'll see what... I mean, we've not really talked a lot about NoSorry because he's been mostly farming. He's not really had to get involved apart from that last fight onto the tier 1 tower. Going for that Battle Fury, 14 minutes in, he's already got the power tread. So what is it that this Monkey King wants out of the game after the Battle Fury? Is it straight into the BKB to offer some protection coming out from NoSorry, or is he more bothered about getting more damage items up to get himself involved? What is it that NoSorry wants?
I'm thinking Ag Scotty, maybe a BKB somewhere in between if he feels like he needs it, but might not be necessary in this game. But Ag Scotty, I think, is the way to go. Once you get the Scotty, the TA is not a hero any longer.
Oh, Manic, he is going to be seen as the Sentry Ward does go down, but he's going to be able to put the Cold Snap as well. That Spirit Vessel going to be the rebound into the Dispose now as well. Enchantress, there's even going to be the Unleash coming through from Marcy, and Marcy doing the damage. No, the Balance Strike comes out, and Yon, he's going to get controlled, and Ring might heal up from this. The Stampede comes out, though. They're going to be able to get the kill onto Natty now. Can he carry on going? SMN does have that Winter's Curse if he gets into too much danger. Might pop it onto the last hero here. Maybe even Black Archangel if he can find the vision onto it, but it looks like the Bane is super evasive. Trap comes out, SMN's going to be spotted in, the Blink comes out with the Stampede, so they're going to be able to take the kill, and Manic rotates in as well, so they're going to be able to put the pressure onto this tier 1. Fortification will be used, but X3, it doesn't look like anyone else is bothered about rotating in to protect this tier 1 tower.
Now, they did have the damage when they bring Dream, and last hero getting his Blink Dagger. It's a problem. Now, this mid lane tower falling, it is gonna be a big deal, because guess what? NoSorry, they have a Blink initiation for them. NoSorry, though, in good position. Oh, he's in trouble.
They're gonna try and set up onto the Monkey King here as well. The Dispose comes out with a Centaur Stomp, though. It's gonna be able to get himself away from this one. The constant damage Balance Strike's gonna be used there. It's gonna be using the Wukong Command as well. Mischief, he dodges a little bit of damage with the Solar Guardian coming as well, but NoSorry, he's getting so low. Will he survive through this now as well? No rotation in from Marcy, comes right back in, gets the kill with the Dispose.
Beautifully done. I didn't spot that ward right off the bat, so the monkey was in a good position to actually use the Wukong's command, but considering that they had vision on him, they stopped him when he wanted to go for a jump, and ultimately because of it he dies. The Invoker turnaround kill obviously gonna be okay, but not the best thing in the world. X3 again don't have the control of the top part of the map, and NoSorry are continuing to fight with on the TA. The Deso is ready, the Dragonlance is there, and this TA plus the Centaur, they kill anyone, and they will always have a stampede to get out of it, especially now when there is no Solar Guardian. The only thing that you need to keep tabs on is where is the Winter Wyvern. If you see him, there's absolutely no chance that any of the X3 heroes will be saved.
Yeah, and I'm just looking through as well that, you know, you've got the Centaur that's got himself the Vanguard, he's got himself a Bracer, so he's pretty tanky, the Blink Dagger to get on top. So a good fight here from NoSorry. They could potentially go straight into the Roche Pit with the minus hour coming out from the Templar Assassin, the control there from the Invoker, the Bane as well. There's going to be a lot of setup damage here to take a quick Roshan on the side of NoSorry. So X3, you can see them playing around this top part of the map anyway. You've talked about how the Lycan likes this top jungle, you know, the enemy side jungle, and push it. It just allows him to put pressure onto the tier 2 tower. But this is going to be even more important right now for X3 to control this part of the map, because, like I say, one lost fight, and that just opens the pit right up.
I think that time has passed. Right now, X3, their control of the top jungle is pretty much how long can you survive there, because NoSorry do have the tools to go for it. I like that you mentioned the Roche, because the most classic play now would be smoke into Roche for the side of NoSorry, and X3 are expecting that. That's why you see so many heroes around it, and they even walk into it themselves.
Yeah, they're going to be getting themselves straight into the pit, and the Sunstrike came out just before they moved themselves in as well, so it won't scout this out, and it looks like X3 not really going to be put under too much pressure, and even if they are, you know, they have SMN outside of the pit, even going to get himself a double damage rune here as well, so he can set up for a really nice Winter's Curse. Sunstrike will be coming through, but it's going to be way too late. The Aegis goes the way of Mighty Narwhal, and X3 can pull themselves out of the pit. Really nice snatch there from the side of X3.
Beautifully done. Really beautifully done. This is the... both teams are, I think, doing a good job at preventing the enemies to do what they want to do. They're not really doing what they would like to do themselves. In a sense, the NoSorry aren't getting kills now with the Centaur and the TA. X3 didn't manage to control the top part of the jungle for... as much as I would have wanted them to see, but both of the teams have prevented each other from kind of doing what they want. With taking away from the Aegis for the TA, Dream won't be able to assert the dominance now in the next 5 minutes, which is actually a big timing, but the second Roche is actually was the biggest deal for the TA. Meanwhile, around the outpost...
Solar Guardian is going to be coming in. They get the physical onto the Lycan now as well, but the sun comes up. Like Archangel, do they have the damage to take down the Lycan? The BKB going to be used by Dream, and it looks like the Lycan is going to be able to run himself away from this one as well. The control comes out to Natty Narwhal. Natty Narwhal does have that Aegis, tries to get the Celestial Hammer away, but that is going to be the storm of the backlines as well into the Enchantress now. The Winter's Curse comes out, they're going to be able to go into the Marcy. Really nice setup for the Wukong's command. So the damage of Balance Strike even to keep them controlled, and the last hero, they turn this fight around. They only lose the Aegis, and now they can go on to Dream as well. Dream, can he run himself away from this one as well? He's trying to do what he can with the Reckless coming through, but he's going to be cleaned up. Nesphia gets himself a triple kill and puts him in the perfect position to put onto this tier 2 tower top.
There's that turnaround fight with the Wukong's command and the Winter's Curse. Just beautifully done by the side of X3. Of course, all of it enabled by the Dawnbreaker. While they were killing the Dawnbreaker, the monkey was still farming. And then when he died the first time, that is when the Winter Wyvern and the Monkey King actually came in. You know, just a beautiful setup with the Winter's Curse and the Monkey King. Well, the rest was pretty easy for him. I'm not liking that NoSorry aren't going for pickoffs. Big team fights isn't really the way to go, though. Now, when there are no ultis, you do have a small timing that you can utilize. So NoSorry, if there was ever a time to smoke, it's right now.
And right on cue, they do smoke out. Dream is still dead, but he could look to catch up. Doesn't have the Boots of Travel. It's just going to be the Power Tread, so he does TP to the tier 2 tower, maybe looking to scout how traps get dropped. But which way are they going to rotate? Manakid's leading the line here. The Ghost Form comes out with the smoke, so he's going to have a lot of movement speed coming through now as well. He's got that the Boots of Travel queued up, but he doesn't have it himself. So, they might be able to get themselves off. No, Nesphia, he gets himself into the trees, but the rebound not going to be able to catch up, and he just immediately gets himself behind the tier 2 tower. And the follow-up was that Winter's Curse. It is available once again. So now do they want to go for this? Because, I mean, NoSorry, they need to get themselves away. The balance strike, it catches out onto the Marcy. They're going to carry on going. Is there going to be a follow-up as well? The Stampede does get used here. The Winter's Curse, it comes out onto Manic. Really nice catch here. Sets up for the Solar Guardian now as well. So this looks like it's going to be a really nice Starbreak to set up. The Stomp comes out. The Black Archangel going to get himself away from this one. The Fire coming through from the Black Dragon. And they get another 4 heroes. X3 with 2 wipes in a row. Only Templar Assassin saving this time. And again, this just sets up the top tower. You can see that the creeps are pushing in. It's a tier 3 tower this time. No buybacks on 2 heroes. NoSorry. They have that opening. They have the window to do some damage onto this. And boy, God, are they going to take it.
This is the thing, it's the timing of the game where the TA should be the strongest hero. He has the BKB and he cannot fight. Right now, I don't think they'll get the Raxes though. They might actually do 10 seconds until the Invoker and you have a Lycan on your side. They're thinking about the Wukong's command. Yeah, they'll go for it. Getting the Raxes this early on, especially on the top lane against the TA, if you prevent the second Roche from the side of NoSorry, the game is just over because NoSorry, they're not gonna have their timings any longer. This is looking really good for X3. 2 fights in a row and all of it enabled by that Roche.
Yeah, and the Dawnbreaker as well, he's gone for the death, so no extra, just straight into that Desolator, and coming out on the Courier now as well, so he's going to have that Blink Dagger, which means that he's going to have the opening to get on top of heroes, you know, blink in, just immediately pop that Starbreaker as well, for the control coming through onto this, and Marty Narwhal, you can see, he's third in the net worth, but he's setting up so many kills, like you say, or he's finishing off with the Solar Guardian from the Winter's Curse, you know, the Winter's Curse into the Solar Guardian, the setup coming through from the side of X3. How did NoSorry deal with this? You know, what's the game plan that comes out that they can say, right, you know, we just have to jump on the Winter Wyvern, or we just need to look to split push towers? What is it that NoSorry need to do here to try and get themselves back into this game?
I think the plan for them doesn't change much. The only problem is, of course, the top tower. So you're always going to have to commit, or the top Raxes, so you have to commit 1 hero. They're not really good at split pushing, though. But catching heroes 1 by 1 is what you need to do, or force things around the map. See, what Black Archangel just did, dying there isn't that bad of a thing. Because, you know, you are dying in the enemy side of the map, and your TA will get out. Luckily for him, he had to use the BKB, but smart move overall. But NoSorry, the only thing they have left in the tank is be out on the side lanes really deep and the supports tanking the ganks. Or if you see a solo hero, you go on him, and once the TPs start coming through, you just run away with the Stampede. Right now, NoSorry need to buy for time and try to force out mistakes from X3. If you just wait, you will lose. If you just farm, you will get hunted down. So making moves, trying to force X3 into a mistake for them not to have their ultis and TPs would be ideal. But thinking that you're gonna catch the Winter Wyvern, where I think that's gonna be a bit optimistic.
Yeah, and you can see as well that Shagrat, he's already got that AC coming out as well, and Rink's got the 4 points into the Nature's Attendant, so the heals are there. Nazi Narwhal, obviously with the Solar Guardian, you've got the Jingu Mastery that comes out for the Monkey King, even the Cold Embrace coming through for the Winter Wyvern, so the kill potential here on the side of NoSorry, there's so much regen, there's so much protection that you have to get through on the side of X3 that it's just, you know, I'm looking at this going, like you say, that they need to find a pick-off, they need to, you know, get themselves in, kill, get themselves out, but I really don't know how they get a single hero out here without an immediate response from the rest of X3.
No way. You are not. The second you jump someone, I think it's only to force out things from the side of X3. And X3 right now, they're playing really well. They go towards the bottom lane. They know that the Roche will be spawning soon, so they want to overtake the top part of the map. They don't have to push in the top lane. It's gonna do that themselves. And the only lane they can fight in and pretty much crush NoSorry's around the mid lane, and they see Yond. That's where they will strike.
They're going to be able to set up with this one as well. There's a really nice blink at the backline so to set up from the Starbreaker now. The Wukong's command comes out. The Solar Guardian's going to be point blank as well. They're going to be doing a lot of damage. They take down the Templar Assassins. They take down Manic. No buybacks for both of these heroes here now as well. So this is going to be, again, another setup. They can take this tier 2 tower down in the mid lane. Maybe take a tier 3 tower down as well, and then look to back themselves up. Yeah, it might be. They might even just push straight onto tier 4s once they see there's no buybacks coming out from the side of NoSorry.
Okay, they have the Crimson Guard, so that's gonna at least slow down the push somewhat. But with no buybacks on NoSorry, X3 doesn't necessarily know this, so they might not commit. But even with this semi-committal to the Raxes, they're gonna take them. I don't see NoSorry doing anything, and Now they're gonna be aware that the cores don't have buybacks, because if they had, they would have went for the stun into a buyback.
Yeah, the balance strike comes out to 2 now as well. Yon's going to go down. There is going to be a physical coming through onto Natinawa, but are they going to survive through this? It looks like he's still going to be alive. He will be alive with the Brain Sap, the Nightmare. It keeps the Bane alive, but he's still going to go down. It's going to be the kill for Nrink. Gets himself the double. This is just going to be Magus, and you can see this coming through. There's going to be buyback coming through from 2 heroes on the side of NoSorry, but again, they still don't have Dream, and it's going to be a lot of damage from the side of X3. Nrink tries to run himself away. The Spirit Vessel's there. A really big balance strike. Gets the kill onto Yon now as well. Shugrat's going to try and run himself away. The Dust Reveal comes out, and Manic, he just has to pop the ice path, or the ice wall, to come out, but this is still going to be a lot of damage coming through onto the melee rags on the bottom lane, and it's not going to be long before they can reset here. But it looks like X3, they know what they've got. They don't want to overextend. They just get themselves back out of this, go back to farming. Even the TP away from Shugrat to this top lane, going to be a long Roshan, but they've really set up a beneficial position with having 2 lanes of racks down. NoSorry can't really leave the base without losing maybe a tier 4, maybe the racks on the bottom lane. You know, it's so much pressure put on the side of NoSorry now.
And the second Roche will 99% not go their way. The only way they can fight it is smoke and go there, but they will not be able to find or pinpoint the Winter Wyvern, which means that automatically you are kind of 99% certain to lose the fight. I think NoSorry, even now, maybe even if they're not talking about it, in their heads, everything is like, why didn't we smoke? Why didn't we run at the enemies when we got the blink on the centaur? How could we let them get that Roche? We prevented them from taking the part of the map they wanted to play in, and then we just weren't there when the Roche was happening. And now you see that they're smoking because they know the Roche might be up. You lose the Roche, you lose the game. So they have to go there, but they're going in a...
Well, they're going to be able to get the Stampede onto the Lycan now as well. The Sunstrike comes out. They might be able to clean up on the Shugrat. Shugrat going to try and get the transformation wave, but the Dispose comes out. They're still going to be able to get the kill, though, onto Black Archangel. And the damage onto Last Hero now as well. Last Hero not going to be able to run himself away from this. One more right-click. Natty Narwhal does get the kill, and the Bane is dead. No buyback. And X3... do they even want to be... I mean, 2 heroes are down. Do they want to just try and force out the buyback from the Centaur here? Because Roche still about a minute away.
You want to poke. You want to poke. You don't want to commit full on. Oh, the monkey has a Scotty. Okay, actually, you might actually use the Wukong's command. No reason to do it, though. You can use the Wukong's command to get the Raxes, but you don't have to. I think risking anything right now on the side of X3 would be unnecessary, because this game is over. The enemies cannot fight you around the Roche pit. We saw what happened. They got a perfect jump. That was lucky for NoSorry that X3 weren't in position, and you still get beat up.
Yeah, and now it's going to be 30 seconds till this Roche. Nasfir with the haste rune as well. He's scouting around. There's even going to be... look at this, creeps pushing into the base. There's no one in here. Last year, once he comes back alive, we'll be able to put the pressure on. But it's... It does just feel like it's a matter of time here. Literally a matter of time before the Roshan comes back up. You know, the big man going to be back up in 12 seconds. Sunstrike trying to scout it out. He's not going to be back up just yet, but the timing is pretty much there. And NoSorry playing on the other side of the map here, because they just can't contest into this Roche.
Yeah, there's nothing they can do about it. They need to prepare for once the Roche is gone. If NoSorry go for a smoke right now into the enemies, they will lose the fight. Make no mistake, and it seems like they're attempting to do so. You're running into enemy vision. I think the smartest move here would be take the Roche and be prepared for when the opponents are transitioning to the bottom lane. That probably would have been the best play for them.
Well, it's going to be... in fact, Lycan pushes out. They don't actually go into the pit here on the side of X3. So what can they do? They're waiting.
Look at SMN's position. He's perfect.
Yeah, on top of the cliff, he's just waiting. He's got that Blink Dagger, so he can close the gap, get that Winter's Curse off. The smoke going to be fading now on the side of NoSorry. Moving themselves back around. Yond, it's going to be another wraparound coming through, but the Lycan just says, okay, if you're not going to show, I'm going to go and take your axe. So I'm going to put you on the clock. And it's going to force back the TP from Archangel, forces back the TP from Last Hero now as well. And now that they know this is back, they're going to be able to move themselves into Roche, maybe even find a pickoff. Dream looking to contest this, but the backlines of Winter's Curse comes out. They're going to be able to at least lock down Manic now as well. Cold Embrace going to be used. Dispose comes out. The Meteors get dropped, but this is going to be the death of the Invoker now. Did he get anything more out of this? The Winter Wyvern will go down.
On the cliff.
Yeah, what's he going to be able to do? He's been teased, and he can't get himself away from this. He's going to be able to get the blink down now. But they do lose the Invoker for that, and the Winter Wyvern got the curse off. You know, he used his big spell to set up and open up this gap here for the side of X3.
Weird decision from SMN. I think you don't have to do anything there. You just need to wait, and the Lycan will do his job. And yeah, the Sugarrat is just gonna continue to do it. The glyph will be used. Next time around, these Raxes fall, which means that X3, once they have all of their heroes, they just walk into the ocean. NoSorry. Okay, they did force some things out, so they did manage to do well after that one, but it cost them a glyph. I think now, again, you set up for when the enemies are coming for the push. You wait for them, but they're just running in. This is... Oh, there's no Wukong's command. They have 20 seconds window. This might actually work out for the next 3 or not. They're not dumb to stay there. Really smart move from them to pull back.
Yeah, they do have that trap in the pit that's not been dewarded. You know, this sentry is just a little bit too low range, so the psionic trap will spot out any rotations into the Roche pit, which looks like this is what NoSorry kind of hinging this fight on. You know, they want to set up with this vision, and they want to try and maybe get a jump into the pit. I mean, the BKB is back up to Templar Assassin in 8 seconds, so that's going to be the perfect timing with the 2 spells, the 2 ultimates coming out on the side of X3. But yeah, it's kind of, again, they're just kind of struggling to maybe find an opening here on the side of NoSorry, and it just means that X3 can get themselves into the pit. The damage coming through onto the Roche as well. And if they're going to go, they have to go now. It has to be literally now or never. Young gets in. He's going to be able to get the spells off onto 2 of them now as well. So they are going to be able to steal this Aegis off. Is this going to be the turnaround that needs? The Solar Guardian does come through now as well. They unleash the backlines. So they're going to be able to do a lot of damage. Take down the Master. Dream will go down as well. Aegis does get popped. Archangel's going to fall. Last hero now. He just set up here for Dream. Dream could he get himself away from this? He's already used the BKB. And that is going to be pretty much game. GG is going to be called here. So it was one last hurrah, but it wasn't the hurrah they needed. It was going the way of X3, and all of a sudden, NoSorry completely out of it. Well, I say all of a sudden, they've been out of it for the past, what, 10 minutes. But X3, final nail in the coffin there, taking NoSorry down in game number 1.
Yeah, other than the stealing of the Roche when they were arguably weaker on the side of X3, I think a big play was also that fight in the mid lane that got them the second lane of Rax, got them the tier 3 in the bottom. After that, it was quite easy, but X3 just... I'd say beautiful reading of the map, especially when they are winning. So I saw people in the chat even thinking that X3 get a coach. I know that they were looking for one, but I don't have the info if they found it and who it is, if they did. But they are definitely approaching the game in a different way, and for now it's working out for them. I think NoSorry, they need to put a little bit more emphasis on shutting down Sugarrat. Again, this guy had a pretty solid game, and he was able to rotate to the mid, to the top lane pretty much as he wanted. Even though you shut him down in the early mid game, I think it's more important that you shut him down in the early game completely in the laning stage, and then X3 will be kind of lost. But the boys are playing really well, and they're playing really coordinated and also very disciplined. So NoSorry, I think they got really surprised by this, just as Cybercast did in at the start of the week. So I wouldn't write off X3 just yet with the way they're playing now.
Yeah, and it will set up, because, I mean, X3 have to push through and win this best of 3 to be in with a chance of staying up in Division 2. So they are going to be taking every chance they can, which that first game was a really nice one there from them. And if they can maintain that quality into the second game, there's no reason they can't take this series and push it through into a survival push. So we are going to be taking a quick break, guys. We'll be back in the next 10-15 minutes as we get ourselves set up for the second game of X3 versus NoSorry. We'll see you then.